Hello, and welcome back to CoinLady channel. Here, we will discuss XRP. In my own introduction, I'll do my best to strike a balance between extremes. The new introduction is a hit with certain listeners. Many find it intolerable. I'm going to see if I can come up with a solution that benefits everyone. How was the first day of class today? I should also mention that Frederick always has the channel on while he's at work. I appreciate it very much. Documents soon to be released show that the CTO of Ripple agrees with him. As the crypto world anticipates the release of former SEC employee William Hinman's records, Ripple CTO David Schwartz has voiced his opinion. As 2018 progressed, Hinman gave a speech in which he declared Ethereum not to be a security. At the time, he added, "I think it's out of Ripple's," and even David Schwartz said, "I am not a lawyer." Ripple, though, will not likely agree to keep those details secret. The judge has ruled that these records are judicial in nature and that the public's right to access them is not outweighed by any other considerations. Those records will therefore be sent our way. In retrospect, I wish we had received them at the outset of the case. It's better late than never, though. Potential legal action. Despite the conflict, Ripple supporters stress the significance of the U.S. market. While Ripple continues to grow internationally, I feel it is important to highlight the significance of the American market. Deaton reaffirmed the significance of the American market to the firm. Some have argued that the international impact of the litigation undermines its importance in the United States. But as Deaton points out, the regulatory limits that Ripple suffers at home are so severe that even Ripple's own Liquidity Hub platform does not offer XRP for us. In order for Ripple to more fully incorporate XRP with its proprietary technologies, a favorable outcome of the litigation is needed. It's also true that XRP isn't integrated into the Ripple's Liquidity Hub. That's yet another major pointer to the case's significance. Because of the legal dispute, Ripple had to break links with one of its most important U.S. partners, MoneyGram International. MoneyGram severed ties with Ripple because of the legal dispute's unknown consequences for their future cooperation. Even while MoneyGram and Ripple are still working together, I believe MoneyGram has distanced itself from Ripple, which is why they're now collaborating with XLM and Stellar. A resolution of the case between Ripple and the SEC might open the road for Ripple to repair relationships with important partners and regain traction in the U.S. market, as multiple cryptocurrency trading platforms have listed XRP in response to the lawsuit, stirring community indignation. Actually, I forgot to mention it when I was explaining XRP. The fact that it is being relisted on more exchanges, bringing additional fear of missing out, FOMO, money to the price of XRP, contributed to its massive run-up after the recent Sudans. Again, I just don't see that large decline occurring. There are simply too many positive aspects to this case. Assuming if this matter were to conclude immediately, I think XRP will go beyond $13 soon. So that we can have a good time, the Nasdaq has expressed its delight at Ripple's acquisition of Metexco. And initially, many skeptics dismissed this as a hoax. No, it's the real deal. As a matter of fact, even Brad Garlinghouse tweeted about it. Similarly, the IPO rumors were sparked by the Nasdaq's valuation of the Metexco transaction. And once again, IPO chatter is spreading like wildfire over the crypto Twitter sphere. I promise to keep you informed on that front, too. That, however, demonstrates to you that Ripple is also likely to lose this case. Top arguments for XRP to break the $1 mark in June. Now this comes to us courtesy of Additional VOD, who I am because I watched his channel back in the day. He's too wrapped up with that Mr. Pulling the Riddler for my taste, but that's simply because I want more evidence. According to him, the concept of price before law has been widely accepted by the XRP community. This data implies that XRP could see a price increase before any definitive legislation or regulation is in place. That is correct. Indeed, I foresee that occurring. Because they don't want to miss out and because they're looking to save money while purchasing XRP. Since there has been no ruling as of yet, XRP will continue to be purchased when the month of June begins. Before it's too late, they plan on leaving. Using cutting-edge forensic methods to support the work of the FBI, IRS, and hundreds of other governments around the world. The head of a chain analysis firm claims thousands of crypto-related probes are currently active. Well, it's likely that the IRS is inspecting our cryptocurrency holdings and trying to gain access to them at the same time. It's also possible that the IRS is pursuing the exchanges in an effort to obtain those information. Because America is dead set on making sure everyone pays their fair part. However, we do our part and wonder where the money goes. They spend it like it's not there, and much of it leaves the country, despite the fact that many difficulties may be found here. But that's presumably why there are so many probes underway. The effects of Ripple on international financial transactions. So, I posted a video about OTL yesterday. Now, I'd like to clarify what it implies. As a result, the banking sector is notoriously slow to adopt new technologies. Ripple, a blockchain-based payment technology for international transactions, is, nonetheless, being used by an increasing number of banks. Let's look at why banks are starting to use Ripple and how it's changing the face of international money transfers. Everyone desires not only quick and efficient cross-border transactions, but also low transaction costs. As a result, more and more financial institutions will adopt RippleNet for improved liquidity management once they see that they and their customers may transmit money internationally at significantly lower costs than is currently possible. Here is where XRP comes into play. Here is where our capital comes into play, the digital asset XRP from Ripple. To better control liquidity while making international payments, banks can use XRP as a bridge currency in the payment protocol. With Ripple, banks can use XRP as a liquidity bridge instead of maintaining separate Nostro and Vostro accounts in different currencies to facilitate international transfers, thereby simplifying the process and decreasing expenses. Banks may maximize their use of capital and other resources with this streamlined method to managing liquidity. That's how crucial XRP is, then. That's why I mentioned the secret sauce is always coming after you see RippleNet being used. Increased global accessibility and exposure for XRP. Banks can broaden their reach and interact with partners all over the world by joining the RippleNet, a global network of financial institutions using the Ripple's payment system. This is why the use of a RippleNet is crucial. Conformance with rules and regulations. Everyone understands that it's important to play by the book. Ripple Labs, the firm behind Ripple, actively consults with regulators and tries to ensure its technology conforms with regulatory standards, which is another reason why banks are interested in it. However, this is exactly what occurred in the SEC. The Ripple was able to enter. Their honesty was unquestionable. What we're doing is this, they said. Instead, they were sued because the major banks are widely known to have controlled the SEC. Furthermore, the SEC is governed by government officials. Gary is the perfect example of creative disruption and market advantage by embracing Ripple. Banks show their dedication to innovation and their desire to harness emerging technology to provide better services to customers in a rapidly changing financial world. What makes Ripple unique is this. If one bank uses SWIFT and another bank uses Ripple, and you see daily how Ripple outperforms SWIFT in every manner, you can see why Ripple is going to steal more and more business away from SWIFT as time goes on. It's inevitable that other financial institutions will want to follow suit and adopt the Ripple system. That's why we claimed you weren't sitting on one of history's most valuable possessions. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. The debt ceiling negotiating window of opportunity, in which you could have saved your XRP, has now closed and the currency is in danger of defaulting. Now, however, it appears that they have reached an agreement on the debt ceiling, something I predicted they would do right before the deadline because they are, no doubt, trying to manipulate the news cycle in the mainstream media. The real story behind XRP eyeing 50 cents on SEC versus Ripple optimism and US debt ceiling news is considerably more sinister. Do you agree, nevertheless, that it's crucial to discuss the events that are being covered by the major news outlets every day? Because everything is a consideration when dealing with cryptocurrencies like XRP and Ripple. Everything lines up perfectly. That's why I make so many videos where I discuss current events in the financial sector. Factors influencing XRP include the growing popularity of BRICS and even the Great Reset videos. Once you begin to see how everything is interconnected, you may find yourself asking, how could we be talking about this in a crypto video, as I'm sure many people have in the past? Then you'll see that I'm laying out a table of the largest firms listed by their political influence, all of which have their business models and payment systems endangered by ripples, and you'll get it. When you look at this list, you'll see that number 1 is JP Morgan. The banks don't like Ripple because it eliminates the need for intermediary banks in international transactions, thereby lowering the transfer fees charged by the banking giants. That's where their profit margins are. Traditional card-based transaction methods may be threatened by Visa's Ripple transaction technology, which promises faster and cheaper processing. The financial system benefits from everything that Ripple does. For this reason, everyone despises XRP. So, to put off the inevitable XRP taking over all the world's money, HSBC Holdings, Western Union, MasterCard, Citigroup, PayPal Holdings, Bank of America, etc., Ripple is still embroiled in a lawsuit. It appears that Bank of America will join the Ripple movement. I think Swift is really terrified by RippleNet and recommend that as soon as this lawsuit concludes, you jump on board with that on-demand liquidity. For this reason, I predict that Swift and Ripple will collaborate in the near future. However, it continues by explaining how they can halt the spread of Ripple. So, to put the SEC case into context, I only want to talk about JP Morgan. Under the guise of consumer protection and maintaining fine financial stability, JP Morgan Chase may advocate for strict regulations on Bitcoin and blockchain technology. Just what we've been observing lately. However, the news is actually presented here. Including funding from JP Morgan, the blockchain company ConsenSys has raised $65 million. Do you see the bigger picture here? ConsenSys, a blockchain business, raised $200 million from HSBC VSA, and the two companies partnered to enable CBDCs connect with traditional finance. Everyone is brainstorming new ideas about how to solve the problem. It seems like everyone is scrambling to create a cryptocurrency that can compete with XRP and Ripple. There won't be any other options. It's already been planned out, so it's inevitable. With Ripple's collaboration with the world's leading financial institutions, you can watch it all unfold in real time. International repercussions have been felt, with discussions having taken place with the European Union, the Bank for International Settlements, and the International Monetary Fund. Why, therefore, does it ripple? That's where the bulk of the cash is, after all. But on that note, I'm going to end this video for now. I appreciate everyone who has tuned in. I value every single one of you. Please like and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.